Welcome back, everyone. J-Bone here for Smash This Podcast. Some big news happening today on the forefront of AEW. Before we jump into that and some other updated card news for All Out, don't forget to smash that like button, smash that sub button, and ring that bell for notifications. Also got merch down below. Summer's winding down. Get you some summer merch at a good price. Help support the show. Let's jump into the official. Let me bring it up here on the old screen-a-rooney. That's not what I want. Yeah, let's just bring it up from here. All right. The article. Here we go. So this is from, we're going to get this from Fightful. It's in a number of places, but, we just pick one. AEW signs veteran commentator Tony Schiavone to multi-year deal. What is up, Humble Beast? Thanks for joining in the chat. Today, August 26, 2019, All Elite Wrestling AEW today confirmed that it has signed renowned commentator Tony Schiavone to a full-time multi-year agreement. Incredible. Absolutely incredible. He is joining. All right, this isn't exactly what I wanted. Let me get the actual press release here. Oh, pardon me. Is it on? No, it's actually not on here. Bear with me, guys. I know I should have brought this up before I went live. But, well, what that was. No, this ain't it either. Well, what the hell? We'll get there, folks. We'll get there. Oh, and for those of you who are saying that AEW and NXT are in bed together, there's proof. Sean Spears and Peyton Royce got married, and I can guarantee you that they consummated their marriage. So there you go. They're in bed together. Had to. Sorry, had to. It's too funny. Well, where the hell? Oh, okay, here it is. All right. I'm not going to read the whole thing, but here it is. All Elite Wrestling today confirmed that it has signed renowned commentator Tony Schiavone to a full-time multi-year agreement. Schiavone, widely considered to be one of... Now, I want you to pay attention to the wording as I'm reading this. And then I'm going to bring up a very important point, okay? So bear with me here. Schiavone, widely considered to be one of the most important voices in professional wrestling. Hang on that for a second. Joins AEW's television broadcast team of Jim Ross and Excalibur. They're calling the play-by-plays, right? Okay, not rocket science. Okay, follow along. Schiavone will also serve as a senior producer for AEW events. In addition to his work with AEW, the versatile Schiavone will continue his role as producer for University of Georgia Football and Baseball Network and will call play-by-play for the Atlanta Braves AAA team, the Gwyneth Stripers. Almost said strippers. Bill Mack, what is up? Love Tony in WCW. Me too, man. Me too. I don't think you can find too many old school fans of professional wrestling that are going to say they did not like Tony Schiavone. Classic voice, right? Tony, the Silver Tongue Schiavone, was the lead voice of professional wrestling at a time when it was dominating the globe, says Cody Rhodes, EVP of AEW. It's a pleasure to have him join AEW as a senior producer and member of the broadcast team. It doesn't hurt that he's a UGA fan either. It's cute. I think Tony is one of the most underrated lead men with the narrative of professional wrestling there's ever been. I'm thrilled to get into the studio with him. Let's welcome Tony to All Elite Wrestling. Okay, let's rewind. They're talking about him being a voice in wrestling. Now, why would you then report? I'm not saying Fightful.com reported this, by the way. This is someone else I'm talking about now. Why would you then announce, while this announcement is worded to make it sound like Tony is joining the commentary team, we're told it won't be immediate. Okay, so now he changed his article. He changed the article from what it was a couple hours ago. Initially, Ryan Satin said that he was not joining the commentary team, period. Now he changed he re-edited the article. He says that sources say Schiavone may eventually join the commentary team down the line. AEW is currently focused on All Out, though, so the final decision hasn't been made. Tony was previously committed to University. Okay. Oh, committed to University of Georgia football on the 31st. Okay. We're told an eventual reunion with Jim Ross on commentary is very likely. Okay. So I'm glad I re-looked up the article now, and it gives a little more detail. Okay. Because the original article did not say that. For now, Tony is being used as a utility player in AEW, meaning he'll be doing studio work in Atlanta, producing segments and more, which is what he originally wanted to do in WWE when they called him several years ago. And they told him no. Tony first confirmed his signing on the latest episode of Being the Elite. Okay, so I feel better about this now. I wasn't going to call Ryan Satin a piece of shit because I like some of his stuff. I take him, you take him. You don't have to like him. And that goes for any of them. Meltzer, Sean Ross Sapp. Sometimes they come up with stuff and they have great news, and then they have exclusives, and then there's other times where their stuff isn't real news, and then everybody shits on them. Well, that's the reporting business. Sometimes you get it right, sometimes you don't. I pride myself in trying to talk about stuff on here that is legit. I take my time with it. That's why I wanted to talk about this today, because it is official now that Tony is joining All Elite Wrestling. Bill says, well, I imagine with all of those other responsibilities, Tony wouldn't be immediate. That's how it was in MLW. Well, apparently he's staying. Now, this doesn't say anything about MLW, but apparently he is staying in MLW. Now, if you think about schedule-wise, even if he isn't going to be at All Out, he might make an appearance. I have no clue what the football schedule is compared to, or how close this is all going to be in proximity to. Well, if he's down south, I suppose that he can't make it to Chicago. But anyways, if he's doing MLW once a month, which they do like one big show and then they dice that big show up into several episodes, like I've said before here on Smash This Podcast. If he does that once a month with MLW, and then does Wednesday nights eventually when TV starts in October for All Elite Wrestling, then it could certainly work. It could absolutely work. So, and you thought JR was busy. Tony Schiavone, the busiest man in sports entertainment. And I say sports entertainment because there's wrestling involved. He's got football. He's got baseball. That's what I mean by sports entertainment. So don't get that twisted and go, oh, no, it's wrestling. No, I'm just talking about because he's involved in so many different things. UGA football goes from August 31st to November 30th. Interesting, Bill Mack. Thank you. Okay. So that is the biggest piece of the news from this. We also got an additional match, and there's some funny stuff to go along with this too. If you watch the latest Being the Elite, there is a segment where, and it's all a really goofy ass build up. It took me a second to figure out what the hell they were doing because it was just nonsense. But it's Being the Elite, so a lot of it is nonsense. The Road 2 series on Cody's channel, the Nightmare channel, is a little more serious when it comes to talking about things coming up, events and stuff like that. Being the Elite certainly has a more comical flavor to it. So we see all these guys from SCU doing different things, and it all has to do with revolving around things having to do with the team of Stunt, Marco Stunt, Luchasaurus, and Jungle Boy. Oh, goodness. Excuse me. And then this all leads up to they're having a tag team match at All Out in Chicago. So, new match, SCU versus the team of Luchasaurus, Jungle Boy, and Marco Stunt. The most comedic part of this is the segment where Luchasaurus and Jungle Boy are walking. Almost said watching. They're walking with Taya and Mundo's dog. I forget the name of it. Prince Presley or something like that, whatever the dog's name is. And then they do this goofy parkour thing. They're running away from neighbors and all this chaos ensues. It's just absolutely goofy. Let me just jump back into the news here for a second. So yeah, that's the new match we're getting. Building up on Cody's channel. Well, there's Cody's Nightmare channel where he does the Road to, and then there's Being the Elite, and then they're all eventually getting put on All Elite Wrestling, I believe. Fancy Lance, what is up? The AEW comedy is the biggest turnoff for me. That's interesting. That's interesting. That's all right. I feel like you gotta have some comedy to keep it a mix. It can't be all and that's the comparison I've done with Impact Wrestling. You know, you gotta have your mix. So you gotta have your solid tag matches, your women's division, your singles matches, throw in some decent storytelling, and have a nice little dose of comedy. Because if everything is always up here, as far as your constant your adrenaline is up here, you gotta have your come down moments, you know? Because if you're always up here, it's like, oh my god, it's almost too much sometimes. But I understand what you're saying. I understand. Not everyone always gets their sense of humor, and that's all right. Now, this is a brand new article. I'm glad you brought that up. This is a brand new article that just hit Fightful by way of Decider.com. AEW characters will be given room to breathe. The title of the article says the Young Bucks AEW characters will not be oversaturated. And that's good. That's a problem for current product mainstream wrestling right now. You see wrestlers way too often, way too many times, and you become fatigued with that character and that superstar, and they lose that superstardom. There's just time for things to breathe. Everything is so overexposed right now. Yeah, I mean, that's true. And that was a great thing that I've talked about this before on my channel years ago with Lucha Underground. The way they told stories, they would start a story and then not touch it on it again sometimes for like 7-8 episodes and then bring it up again and be like, oh yeah, that's right, this is going on. And then have everything slowly build up over the course of a few months till the grand finale, you know? I'm hoping that AEW does the same and doesn't put the same people on the same show every single time. And that's why they've said that they've only released about 40% of their roster. We're going to get a lot of surprises over the course of the next, I'd say, week. We might get some at the end of this week. We might get some just at All Out. And then they're going to be building up television, you know, the big debut on TNT. They'll be revealing more, I'm sure. Jump back in the chat for a second here. It seemed like Impact had less backstage stuff the past few weeks. Yeah, I mean, they've been match heavy, yeah. Matt Hendricks, what's up? Says, I'm going to pretend to be Ryan Satin and pretend like I know what Schiavone is actually doing in AEW. Oh, yeah. I mean, what that said did make sense. Like I said, he did rewrite the article. The original article did not have all that additional stuff in it. It just said that he wasn't going to be part of the commentary team. That was it. It's like, how do you not put Schiavone on the commentary team when all this talks about is him joining Jim Ross and what's the other guy's name? I'm forgetting. Excalibur. So, and what it also says is Marvez. So I'm guessing Marvez is going to be more of a backstage guy. Doesn't say specifically. Thank you, Bill Mack. Yes. slow building feuds like the old days. That's a problem with the E and Y feuds between wrestlers get recycled. Well, yeah, you got a pay per view coming up, and you start a feud last minute, and people are supposed to care about something like that. It's like, what the heck? On commentary, yeah, exactly, man, yeah. But I understand if it's not going to happen immediately. If it doesn't happen at All Out, don't get pissed off. Okay, there's a lot of stuff going on this fall. Tony's got a lot of stuff going on this fall. So, Tony signed. We got a new match. Luchasaurus, Jungle Boy, and Marco Stunt versus SCU. Man, I can't wait. This card is very tag match heavy, but it's not tag match heavy like an NWJP show, New Japan show, where you got just a bunch of 4-on-4 and 5s-on-5s. No, it's tag team versus tag team, and it's all for a purpose. It's not just let's just throw shit on a show. That's what I feel like New Japan is a lot. But I don't, watch it that much to give the best opinion about it. So, and so I don't review it a lot. I review some of the bigger shows and stuff like that because they are, usually a lot of fun and usually have more just regular tags and one-on-ones. I don't want to hear Marvez at all out. Yeah, I mean, he just didn't seem like he really, I don't know, fit in. Like the first show was a little bumpy with everyone, but that's the first show. Let's not say, oh, well, every show after that's going to suck because of the first show. AEW is going to have growing pains. Not everything is going to be smooth sailing right out the boat. So far, I think it's been pretty good. The content's been decent. It's been wrestling shows and the stuff that they're putting on their YouTube channel. And that's how they've been, building up their shows. There hasn't been the TV series yet. Roman Reigns says, wow, smoking that good shit today, aren't you? This guy's starting out his Monday right. He's smoking that good shit. Goofy. Trolls will be trolls. What are you going to do? Matt says they signed Golden Boy to have him do pay-per-views and Schiavone to do TNT. That's a possibility. That is a possibility. I have not heard any details about Golden Boy. He did was it the Fighter Fest show? Don't quote me on that. He helped with one of the shows. I don't remember. What did you think of the smaller ring Impact used? I did not watch it yet. I'm watching it right after this. I'm watching it right after this, and hopefully to be reviewing it with the guys later tonight. Not live. Well, I shouldn't say. I'm not sure yet, but we're tentatively doing that tonight. But back to AEW. The other thing I wanted to talk about was Kenny's promo that he did on Mox. I really enjoyed it. Now, I'm a big fan of Kenny Omega, but I've never considered Kenny Omega to be like the complete package, as in-ring work and promos. I mean, he does an okay job talking to the audience when he's saying goodbye and whatever, and that's fine. But I've never thought of him as being like a big promo guy. But I got a feeling he's really going to grow as an individual in AEW and have a chance to do more stuff like this. So, really excited about that. Marty Scurll's most likely go to AEW once his contract is up. It could be. I mean, he's getting featured a lot in Ring of Honor, so who knows what his plan is going to be, you know? Is he going to stay faithful to him? I don't know. I don't think we can assume anything at this point. You know, they gave him a stable and everything. Who knows? Golden Boy did Fire Fest. Okay. Mox Omega is going to be more important. That much better when Moxley returns. Oh yeah. I mean, it'll happen on TV. It'll happen on TV. Look at all the trolls signing in, watching, and just giving dislikes. Oh, bravo. Bravo. So sad. So sad that your life revolves around hate. Hate. You know what happens to those people? They get cancer. They get cancer and they fucking die. Yeah, that's what they do. Yeah. So cheers to you haters. It's exactly the path you're going down. Ooh, J-Bone got dark there. Happy Monday. Happy Monday. Cheers to the haters. Because guess what? It's still a view on here. Thanks for all the views. What a bunch of dumbasses. So good. But they'll never reveal themselves. They'll never reveal themselves because they're too chicken shit. Too chicken shit. They just sit back there, log in, log out, give a view, and give a thumbs down. And you know what's the best part of it? They're all soiling themselves with joy right now because I'm talking about them. They're getting off their, oh, J-Bone mentioned us. Oh, so excited, made my Monday. And they just all exploded in their pants. You're welcome for the orgasm, dumbasses. Bill Max says, I think Pac is a really good replacement for Moxley. No one has complained about Mox's replacement. And I said this last time. I actually feel like Pac versus Omega is going to be a better wrestling match. I think it's better suited for Omega. Does that make sense? It's kind of what I feel like. Hendricks says Brad Shepard is a cunt. Just thought I felt like saying that. Yeah. Well, I guess he's got his sources too. Who knows? RingsideNews.com has their sources. Brad Shepard has his. Ryan Satin has his. Meltzer has his. And Sean Ross Sapp has his. Can't we all just get along? I got my sources too. Not really. I'm full of shit. But anyways. Different style of matchup for Kenny. Yeah, I feel like Mox versus Omega is going to be more of a fight in a sense. Not that Mox can't wrestle. We know he can wrestle. He's been wrestling. But he's a kind of a more of a brawler. And Pac is a lot more technical. I haven't watched this stuff he's been doing over in DDT, but he was champ, so he had to be doing good. I think I've got a few on my watch later list or something. So, but yeah, super excited for Kenny Omega versus Pac. So we'll be doing. I'm not doing predictions now. We will be doing predictions in a night or two. I'm trying to get caught up on stuff this week. Going to be debuting the audio later this week. Not sure what day. I'll let you guys know. Working on, logo prep stuff, all that kind of stuff. Was in Dragon Gate. What did I say? Did I say Dragon Gate? No, I said something else. What did I say? DDT? I forget what I said. Going senile over here. So, all right. So, that's pretty much it. We'll run down the card in a night or two. I said I did say DDT? Okay. I meant Dragon Gate. Oh, Kenny's going to DDT. Isn't that it? Kenny's going to DDT. That's why I said DDT. I knew I heard DDT somewhere. That's later towards the end of the year, November. So that's going to be interesting. Not sure for how many dates, if it's going to be a month-long thing. I mean, that's right after TV starts for TNT. So that's kind of interesting that he would go to Japan. Maybe he's flying out there, doing a date, coming back. But he obviously wants to do that as in a thank you, because I think that's one of the places where he came from in Japan before he blew up with New Japan. Pretty sure. You heard Pac is a one-off right now. Interesting. Don't know. Just excited that we're getting Pac versus Omega. They haven't released a lot of info on Pac, just that he's doing the match. So, I'm sure once we get, they'll bring him over on a more consistent basis. I'd like to think they would, and not just once in a while. But who knows? Who knows? There's a lot of question marks in the roster and happenings of AEW right now. A lot of stuff is just in the planning. We'll have to wait and see. So that's going to do it for this one. Thanks for tuning in. Depending on what happens tonight, will be Omega will be in a couple matches. Oh, and over in Japan? Okay. Pac and Heyman haven't finished business. Yes, that's true. That is true. God. Eli, what is up? Hello. Tony signed a multi-year deal. Yes, I talked about that at the beginning of this. You have to hit the rewind button and check it out. Check out what I all said. But yes, we are very excited that somewhere down the road we are going to get Tony, Excalibur, and good old JR all together. Tremendous. Very happy. All right, so predictions are going to come within the next 2 days. So stay tuned for that. We'll also probably do a big mega catch up somewhere soon on MLW stuff. I know I've been slacking on that, so my apologies. I'm gonna got about 4 hours worth of shows to catch up on. And I don't know what else. stay tuned for the audio section, and that's going to be all music related. Might even put the first one on here for the YouTube fans. We'll see. So that's what I'm working on this week, leading up to the weekend. And who knows? Who knows? So thanks for tuning in. Thanks for all the love. Thumbs up, thumbs down. Don't care. You came in. That's all I care about. There's going to be lovers and there's going to be haters. Makes the world go around, right? So don't forget to smash that like button, smash that sub button, and ring that bell for notifications to let you know when more of my content hits your screen. We're out of here. We'll see you soon. Take care.